Morning everyone. Hope everyone's well and having a nice weekend. Just give everyone a second to join up and get set up. So I hope everyone enjoys today's Halloween illustration class. I'll just gonna do just the witch that I put up yesterday. We're gonna do that today. So hi everyone. Yeah, let me know where you're all saying hello from, and yeah, I think I'll just switch the view around and we'll get started. Okay, so just give me 1 second. I'll start. Oh yeah, and send in your pictures after. I love seeing them. Oh hi, to Rosie in Dublin. Hold on 1 sec. I'll be able to look at some of the comments now. Hi to Chloe Bell and Dylan. Hi to Linda. Super. Okay. So if everyone has their pencil, I'll sketch it out first. Hi to Zeta and Zarin Swords. Okay, also let me know as always if you can't see anything, or so I make sure the view is okay. So I'm gonna start out by just giving a line where the witch will stand. I'll actually push that up a bit because I know sometimes the comments. Okay, so I'm going to sketch the main shapes first, so don't worry about overlapping lines or anything, because when I go over the lines and give them more definition, you won't really notice the other lines. So I'll just start with a circle. Hi to Ellen, Lane and Claire. Hi to Danielle. So I just have a circle. I go around it a few times. It's quite light, so I'm just going to go a bit darker so you can see. But you can keep it quite light because I'll be going over some of these lines afterwards. And then I'm going to, from the middle of the circle at the bottom, I'm going to bring a diagonal line out here and join up here. And then I'm going to join it to make a triangle, but this line I'm going to do slightly curved. Join these up here. I'm going to do 2 semicircles, just the shape I usually draw the feet, but I'm actually not going to do them right up against the circle line here because I just want to do 2 legs to show the witch's stripy socks. So I'll just come down a tiny bit. Put 2 semicircles here, coming down to that line I put for the ground. And then I'm just going to bring a line down here to join, and another one here. Okay, so just give everyone a second for those steps for anyone who's joining just a few minutes later. So I've done the circle shape. I've done these 2 diagonal lines, joined it with a curve here to make a triangle shape, 2 semicircles, and then these 2 lines to make her legs. So I'm going to move on to the witch's arms now. So the first one is quite simple. It's just another diagonal line coming out from where the other triangle we drew earlier joined the circle. So I'll bring one out here, and it's like I'm making a skinny triangle and bringing it back up here, if you can see that. And then I'll do a small little oval there. So I'm going to put a broom in the witch's hand. So this arm will be a little bit different than usual. So I'm going to don't worry about lines overlapping as I was saying earlier. So I'm going to bring a line down to about here. Hope you can see that. I might make that a bit darker so you can see. And then I'm going to do a slightly curved line here. So this is her brim. Let's do a little line up here to show the top of the brim, to make it look a little bit 3D. So then I'm going to bring the witch's arm out from, I'll finish the brush of the brim in a few minutes. So I'll come up here to where the circle joins the triangle again, and I'll bring a line out as far as where I've drawn the line for the broom, and I'll bring another line, like another skinny triangle here, out as far as, and it gets narrower, so it's like another skinny triangle. And then to bring as if her hand is holding the broom, I just do ovals for hands, but I'm going to just bring a curved here, and then I won't do the full oval because it's kind of this live turns around it and curves around here, if that makes sense. So now I have her two arms. I'm going to finish the broom. So I'm going to finish with a curved line here, and then a slightly bigger curved line here. Join them up here, and do another one slightly here. So it's like the piece of string, maybe holding all the bristles together. And then it's like the way I draw the hair. So I'm just going to do lots of little lines for the brush, but I'll do this mostly with paint. So this is just to give an idea where the paint will go. So bringing the lines from where they actually are coming from and down to the floor. And then I'll do a few here. Okay. So next I'm going to move on to, now I haven't defined the line down her face yet because I still have to put her hair and the hat on. So I'm going to start with the hat, and I put quite a big hat on her. So I'm going to come out to about here. I'll do a curved line that cuts across the circle, about a third of the circle. So I'll bring that over to here. So it's quite big. And then I'm going to come up here, slightly out from here, and another curved line. Bring it up here. Now I'm going to define these lines after. I'm just trying to get the main shapes, so don't worry if lines are messy or overlapping. I'm going to bring that curved line. I'm not going to join it exactly, but I'm just going to bring it a little bit further out because I want to show a little bit of the bottom of the hat. So I'll bring this just a little bit lower and join it around here, and do the same for here. So next I'm going to do the pointy part of the hat. So I'm going to use this as a guide for the circle is where her head is. So then I'll come up here, it goes slightly out, and then a diagonal line up here. And I'll do the same here. But I won't join this yet because I'm going to have the hat a little bit at the top, just poking over. So I'm just getting the main shapes together before I define everything. So now I have these two lines here which make a triangle-ish type shape, and then I'll come to this one and bring it a little bit higher. So I'll make that a bit darker so you can see. So I've made that a little bit higher, and I'll bring it down here. Okay, to make another triangle shape, and then I'll join it here. Okay, so it's kind of the shapes coming together now. So before I define all the lines, I still have to put her hair in. So I'm going to come to about here and just bring a curved line down here, and then I'll do the same here. She's quite long here, and then I'll bring another line here that doesn't go quite up the top because I'm going to give the witch a fringe. So I'll bring it down to here. And it doesn't come down quite as long. This is just giving me the shape over here. You can't really see this line as much, so you can just do the little bits. You can actually do just a light line here to give you a guide, and then define more the bits that you'll actually be able to see that won't be covered by the broom. And then I'm going to join these bits up here, just some light lines over here, because it wouldn't be dead straight, it'd be made up of loads of little lines of hair. And then at the back, you're doing all the sweat paint, so you can see more bits just to give the idea, or if you just want to leave it as a sketch. So I'll just bring some lines of hair down here, and then I'm just going to do some jagged lines. You can just be messy with these lines, just for her fringe. So I'll give everyone just a chance to get up to this step of the hair. So I've just brought a line down from under the hat, another one down here to show like where it meets her face, and I've done the same on this side, and then I've just filled that area in just with lots of lines in the direction of where the way the hair would fall. And then I'm just doing jagged kind of different diagonal lines coming from under the hat here, just like a messy fringe. So now I'm gonna, because I suppose you can see some of these lines here, I'm gonna define the lines that I want to see more, but now that I know where what can be seen and what can't. So this whole line can be seen, the front of her hat. So I'll just define that one. I know this one, the back can be seen. It can be seen up as far up to the point of her hair. So I'll just come from her hair here. And I'll bring this line up. I'm just going to bring this one in a little bit. I won't bring it the whole way across. And I will do the same here. So a little bit in from those other two lines which make the top of the hat. And then bring this up here. And then I know how much of the circle of her face I can see now, so I can define that a bit more. You actually can't see much of the circle in the end, but it's just always the main shapes stay as a guide to keep everything in the right place and for proportion. So I actually can really only see her chin because of the hat and her hair. And then I'll just define the outside lines of the hair a little bit more. And then I think these ones, you can see all these lines. And the broom you can see up until this area where her hand is holding it, so just leave that part out, right down to the very end. So I think I've done all the lines there. These ones I would have defined from the start. So I'm just going to put in her eyes for the last thing I have to sketch. Just 2 dots. And I'm actually in the picture, just to finish off the picture a little bit, if you want to put it up or something, I just put a little spider web up in the corner here. And the spider webs are really easy to draw, they only take a second. So what I'm going to do is bring one line down here, so it's a straight line. So I'm doing the corner of one, and I'll bring another line, so I'll do about 5 lines coming out like this. Maybe I'll do another one here. Nope, I'll like do that a little bit darker because I'm not sure if that's coming across in the camera. And then to finish off the spider web, you just do, so I'll start in closer to the point where they meet, come out a little bit and do a curved line to each line. So I'm doing nearly like C shape, and I'm bringing it the whole way across. And the further I get out, the bigger the gap I leave. And then I'm just going to do a little circle here for a spider. 8 legs. Okay, so I'm just going to get the paints now, or so if everyone wants to get their colours ready, or whichever paints or colours you have, then I'm just going to start painting her. So I'm going to start with the purple, with a purple colour. So if you have a purple ready, I'm just mixing some up. Purple is the main colour used in it. Hi to Ronan in Wexford. So I think the stand is blocking some of the comments. So I have the purple now. I'm going to paint her dress and her hat in purple. Hi to Emily and Abby, and hi to Tilly and Cork. Hope everyone's enjoying today's class. And I love seeing your pictures afterwards. Hi to Lily and Bobby. Hi to Ava and Ellie and Dunleer, and Ava and Jack. Hi to Cueva in Limerick, and Chloe and Danny and Oisin in Dublin. So just making sure I have enough purple paint mixed. So if you don't, if you only have the primary colours and you're working with paint and you have no purple, just using like a violet blue colour and a red. Hi to Alice. So let's try bring that line straight over for the hat. And then just painting up as far as where her hair is going to be painted. Hi from Izzy, and hi to Darren and Holly. So I'm just going to paint now this triangle here for her dress, and I'll paint down these skinny triangles too up until the oval. She's a long sleeve dress. And actually one thing I forgot to do, but you can put in at any stage. I'll just grab my pencil now. I'm going to put 1 or 2 lines here for her stripy tights. And I'll do the tights purple and green, so I'll just do a little bit of every second line. I'm going to do purple. So that's all for the purple, I think, anyways. Hi to Lily, Bobby and Harry. And I'm going to get some green paint now for her face. So I'm going to colour here. Nice bright green. this circle. And then I'm not being that neat up around the top of her face here because I know I'm going to bring some black paint down for her hair. So you don't have to worry about a straight line or anything here. Hi to the Caseys in Dublin. Hi to Eloise. And do her hands green as well. And then when I have this green paint, I'm also going to do those lines, the opposite lines of the purple I did for her tights. You can only see little dots of that. Hi to Daniel. So I'm gonna get some brown paint at the next, kind of like a light brown. Just for the brush. I'll just mix that up here. And I'll do this bit here. And you can use the same brown again. I'm just gonna make mine a little bit more like a yellowy kind of brown for the bristles of the brush, or you could use yellow. Hi to James and Nancy. Hope you're enjoying the class. And to Sinead and Quiva in Wexford. So I have this colour now, and I'm just gonna do as if I'm painting each bristle. Happy Halloween to Oscar and Alton. Now I'm going to get some black paint for her hair and for her shoes. And hi to Daisy and Quirk. Thank you, Casey. So how much water and how much paint? You actually need such a small amount of watercolor paint. Goes a really long way with the water, but you do have to be careful not to use too much water, because if you use too much water, the colors aren't as vibrant, and if you're using too much water on the page as well, it can make the page quite soft and rip. So actually watercolor paper is good to use when using watercolor paints because it's thicker and it kind of absorbs the water more. So hi to Reen and Elaine. Hi to Deirdre from Scotland. So it's going to bring, it's a bit like how I painted the broom. When I'm actually painting hair, I try to use less water on the brush. I let the brush go a little bit dry, but still enough that I can actually paint with it. But it just means I can have more of a bristly effect for when I'm painting hair. So. Hi to Ronan in Wexford, and Amy and Ciara in Dublin. I'll just cover this. Try and make a straighter line, even though Hi to Chloe and Jack and Taryn. So there's actually quite a lot of hair, this witch. So bring it down. And this bit can be a little bit tricky because you're trying to paint the hair but not go over the other parts you've drawn. But don't worry, if you find you've gone over a little bit, you shouldn't have, you can just go back and let's say get the purple colour or whatever colour you need and go over that again. So hi to Molly and Kildare. So I'm just going to try keep happy Halloween to Megan and hi Amelia, Lucia and Matteo in Temple Oak. Hi to Ali in Cork. So I just have this last section and then, so again this bit can be a bit tricky, so you just have to be careful. So it's her hair. I'm going to use the black paint I have on my brush. Hi to Lauren and Chloe. I'm just going to paint those semicircles. And I'm going to use a little bit more water with the black paint to make it a little bit lighter, so it's almost like a greyish colour, so that I can do some shading now. So it's a bit more water so it won't be as dark. So first of all, I'm going to bring that line straight across here and do a messy shadow coming out the front. And then I'm going to imagine the lights coming from this way, from the right hand side. And I'll do a shadow on every opposite area. So because it's triangle, my shadow, I'd start smaller up here and nearly bring it with the shape. So it's not the line thickness is not the same the whole way down. I'll do a little bit of shadow in here for the corners of the hat. So you're just trying to think wherever the light wouldn't be able to hit. And then under her hat. On this side. Thanks, Brita. Hi to Bethany and Juliet. So I have the same colour that I'm shading with here. I'm just washing my brush to make sure I didn't have any purple left. And I'm going to do the side of her face. And this side of her dress. And underneath her arms. Her hand. Now this on her leg. Now her shoes are black already, but when the watercolour dries out, it nearly becomes a dark grey, so you can put a bit of extra black paint there as well. Thanks, Cleena. Hi to the Roach Boys in Kilkenny. So the last thing I'm going to put a shadow on is the broom, so I'm just going to this side of the broom. And then I'm going to do as if some of the bristles on the brush are getting a shadow, so I'll just do some of them here just to give it a bit more of a 3D feel. And when I have that black paint, I'm just going to do the spider here. The lines can be quite hard to get these fine lines with paint, so sometimes I would just use a fine thin black marker or pen for that. Thanks, Izzy. So next I'm going to get some black paint. I'm not going to use much water because I want a really dark black paint just for her eyes. And one there. I hope this is dry enough for here. Yep. And then the last thing I'm going to get is a really bright pink colour. For her cheeks. And that's it. So let me switch around. So that's it. I hope everyone enjoyed today's Halloween illustration class. And yeah, send me in your pictures because I love to see them afterwards. So I hope everyone has a nice weekend. Bye.